Good morning, you guys. I have an unexpected day off from work today. If you would like to know the details, then you can talk to me on Instagram or you can Vox me. But otherwise, we're just gonna go about my day, and it'll be nice to have some more time to do stuff on this Monday. So since I have extra time today, I decided I'm gonna plan my TBR for January a little bit early. Like, it's only the beginning of December, but I'm excited and I just am in this mood to get organized. So let's figure this out. Okay, so looking at my computer in the planning document we have, not the official thing, but just like our draft of it, it looks like I need to find a book that I wanted to read as a kid and never got to, a book that takes place in summer, a graphic novel, a book featuring a hidden object, and a book about cool teens. So I need to find 5 books. So this bookshelf is in the entryway right by my bedroom, and it holds all my children's books. So I'm gonna look on here to see if I can find anything. These are all the books I've read, and then this is my small section of books that I own but have not gotten to yet. However, I also have my January book bin and my window books, which are on either side of my bed. So here's the other ones as well. Okay, so the first book, which I definitely want to read, is The Interestings, which could either be a book that takes place in summer or a book about cool teens. So I'm gonna look at the rest of my books and try and figure out what else I want to read. Oh, are you sad? Yeah, look at all the people though. You're so cute. So I have made my final choices as far as what I will be reading in January. I think what I might do in a few weeks is do like another suggestion list of books that I've read and loved that fit these prompts, or other books I want to read but did not make the cut. But anyway, to get into this, the first prompt is Scholastic Book Fair or School Book Fair, and it is basically a book that you wanted to read as a kid. Maybe you've even owned the same copy since you were a kid and you just never got to it. And for me, there's like a few. There's like 2 that I was really like torn between, but I think the one that really sticks out right now is The Amber Spyglass. So this copy I've actually had since I was a kid. Rewind, never mind. I had a similar copy that had like a circular cutout, and I remember that I got rid of it because it didn't match the other books, and I bought myself a matching set. So disregard what I just said. However, I loved The Golden Compass, which I know has a different name other places. I think it's called The Northern Lights or something. And I loved the second one, The Subtle Knife. And for whatever reason, I just never got to this one. I started it on a few occasions and I was really into it, but this happens to me a lot. I just get distracted and I put it down. So I am really excited to read this in January, and I actually have been like rereading the other ones. So I just listened to the audio of The Golden Compass, and that was initially, I believe, the way I read it initially. Like, I think that I was captivated by the audio, and then maybe later read the print copy of the book. The Subtle Knife I am rereading right now through audio because it's a really good way for me to get in all my reading. And I just want to be like, have this whole world worlds refreshed in my mind before I go on to The Amber Spyglass. So that is that. The next one is a book about cool teens. And I do not know, like I did not know. This one was hard for me, but then I realized that I had a book that could meet 2 categories. So anyway, I will be reading The Interestings, and this one starts off about cool teens at a summer camp, and they're at a summer camp for the arts, and it's probably like super exclusive and fancy and all this stuff. But yeah, then I think it goes on to follow them through their adult life, and this will be good. All right, and then the next book is a book that takes place in summer, and I want to read, drumroll please, this was a book that was on my window shelves. I believe that the author is LGBTQ or something. I am going to have to look into this more. However, she grew up in Kalamazoo, which is not too far from here, and still considers the Mitten State home, but currently she serves as a youth librarian in the Chicago suburbs. But this is about a girl who goes to summer camp in Michigan and just about her life, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it has LGBTQ sort of themes, but also it's a local author, so I think it will be great to get to. Next up, we have the mystery one, and I have a lot of books in this category because it's my favorite category. And basically, you need to find a mystery that doesn't just involve like murder or something like that, but involves some sort of a hidden object or something that people have to find. And what I would really like to know, and I think I've asked this question before, is I really want an adult book that kind of matches this theme, because this has always been a favorite of mine from my childhood. And I've just never really discovered adult books that kind of scratch this itch for me. So anyway, my children's books that I'm going to be reading for this is basically a collection of John Blair's novels. It has The House with the Clock in Its Walls, which I have already read. And I probably will not read it again just because I have read it so many times. The second book in this collection is The Figure in the Shadows, which I will read and have never read before. And then finally, The Letter, The Letter, The Witch, and The Ring. John Blair's is such a good gothic sort of children's book writer. The House with the Clock in Its Walls was obviously made into a movie, and I have been to and toured the actual house that it was based on. Basically, John Blair's had this house in his neighborhood that he thought was super creepy and crazy, and even when he moved to the East Coast as an adult, he still thought about this house and ended up writing a book about it. Obviously, the book is fiction, but the outside of the house, and I don't know if he has been in the inside or not. I have, but that is what inspired his writing of that story. And then finally, a graphic novel. So wait for it. Dead End Yeah! Here's the deal with this book. I hauled this book a really long time ago. I found out about it because I was searching for LGBTQ books, because I'm in this book club called Reading the K8 Rainbow, and we had grant money to spend, and I was trying to find books that would be really cool to spend it on, specifically graphic novels, because as a special education teacher, graphic novels are a way for my kids to read at a lower reading level, because typically they're written at about a second grade level, have all the visual supports that are included in a graphic novel if the text is too hard, and also not look like a baby. So I'm not sure if this one actually has LGBTQ themes or not, because Heather read it and she didn't say anything about that. But anyway, basically I hauled it. Heather thought it looked awesome. Heather read it, and now Heather is on to like all these other books by this author, and I've never even read it, and I'm the one who initially told her about it. So yeah, I'm gonna get onto it. I'm sure other people told her too, but I just thought it was funny when she was reading it that like I haven't even gotten to it yet. But yeah, so those are my 5 books that I plan to read in January. Hopefully I can get to some more as well. The bunch of other books that I would like to read. And then also I have this weird thing where in January I tend to like to have my first book that I read be a classic, because I feel like it's like the super salad starter, like a healthy veggie, you know, before you just have your dessert and your comfort food. And I also don't tend to read a lot of classics, so I still might do that this year. I'm not sure. I think last year I might have skipped it, but I've done it a few years in a row, made sure that my first book was a classic. So anyway, those are the books I'm reading. I'm really curious to see your TBRs. If you would like to participate in this and make a TBR, like, please let me know when that video is up, because I would love, love, love to watch it, and I'll, of course, get all sorts of ideas from you as well. Who needs mistletoe?
Book thing with that, and probably gonna get some new books at Christmas.
All right, I still have not left for my walk, but I had an idea, and I'm gonna think about it some more on my walk. But basically, I saw that the NPR Book Concierge, which has a name change I'm not a fan of, came out quite a few days ago. And I did not even know about it until last year, I think. Heather mentioned it, and how basically every book that she's ever read from there is so, so good. And so I've enjoyed just perusing it, and I was really excited for that to come out, for the Pop Sugar Challenge to come out, which it already has, and for the Reading Women's Challenge to come out, which I haven't checked in a few days, just so that I can kind of gather my thoughts about what 2022 is going to look like. So I have a new bullet journal. I've never really done a bullet journal, but I've decided that I'm going to for 2022 for bookish sort of things. And I wanted to include a few lists in there of stuff that I would like to get to. One of them is like all the Oprah books. And then another was going to be the NPR Book Concierge list for 2021. However, it's like 369 books long, so that's not going to happen. So then I'm trying to think of, do I go through all of them and find the ones that I would really like to read and make a separate list of that, which is something Heather mentioned she does, or this is what I thought of. I need to go through my personal library and find the ones that I already own that are from this particular year, or really any year. Anyway, and set them up in a spot where I can pull from them. And right now I, like Heather, also always have a purse book, or I carry around a Feel Raven backpack, but whatever, I always have a book in there. And I have been carrying around, I can't remember, Hidden Sea, by, don't know his name. But anyway, sometimes when I carry a book around in my backpack for too long, then it loses the excitement of a new book. And so I think it's time for me to put that one away for now and to pick a new book today. So after my walk, I think I'm going to do this whole NPR Book Concierge organization, and from that pile, pick the book that I'm going to read tonight. And then basically I'm just going to read the rest of the night with some sort of something, fireplace or some sort of atmospheric thing on my TV, and just be cozy and read. So that's the plan. So this is the spot where I saw big cats 2 years in a row. Well, 1 year I saw them here. 1 year I saw them somewhere else nearby. I don't know what they were because I couldn't get close enough, but they were cats and they were big.